Are you tired of losing money? 2022 sucked for many in the stock market. Number one reason was entry and exits. They did not understand how to get into a trade and get out. I have courses, guys, some links below to help you out so you can have a better 2023. Now, if you enjoyed 2022, then don't even worry about this chart here, because this is what it looked like for a lot of people. And the reason being was because they didn't understand how to get in. So let me show you what happened in the stock market today. Let me show you what's going on with SPY, and I'll show you a simple way to have a better 2023. All right, so don't get me wrong, I've been in the same boat. So if you guys are doing what most are doing, you are trading on the 1 and the 5 minute. That is for fast traders only who understand momentum and have different technical analysis backgrounds, guys. But this is a simple way I do it because I'm not as fast as them. So look at this chart here on SPY. Very simple. If you draw your resistance line and then you draw your support line down here, every time we bounce from the top, you can enter a put and wait till you get to the bottom. If we hit that line, you exit said put, and then you enter into a call and you ride that thing up until it turns, and then you can either sell it or enter into a put. And see here again, we bounce, then we come up, we bounce, and I have it labeled here for you guys. This is what you do. Very simple on the 1 hour chart. If you don't have these bounces, guys, you don't have a trade. Do not trade, okay? Because this could be very, very profitable for you if you follow rules. And you can see this now. If you have your lines drawn and you want to go over to the 15-minute chart, okay, this will work on the 15-minute. As long as you have your lines, okay, you'll have your entry points. Look at that. It's not that hard, guys. Again, I have links below, 25% off. You can't go wrong. $99 with a 25% coupon off. You can't go wrong. You'll learn all this stuff. It's very simple. Now, how do I know, for example, if I enter a trade here and I don't get a bounce, how do I know to get out? And that is also simple. You add this little orange line that we call Coach's Lightning, okay? And then you can say, hold on, let me turn off these candles. As soon as this starts curling and you see it's not going to make it to the top, then you sell right in here. As soon as this curls, you get out. Unless it keeps going up and then it bounces off your resistance line. Guys, this is in the course. You will have an amazing 2023 if you go check out the courses. All right, so now back to SPX. Very simple here. We have another line. This is the money line. Okay, this is easy for me. When I want to get into a trade, I just wait for one candle close under the money line and I'll get in. Okay, then I'll add my Coach's Lightning to tell me when to get out. So you can see that SPX is looking like it's in a downtrend, but it's got some uptrend support. So be careful, guys, on what's going on. I'm going to move you over to my original wave 1, 2, and 3 on the sign lines, and you can see right in here we are trending up, and I would not be surprised if we pop through here depending on the news we get this Friday, because you know we have news coming on Friday. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Not necessarily. Could I be wrong? Yes. So I think that we're going to pop up a little bit, and then I think we'll break that support line and start heading down so that the market can correct itself. Okay, so here we have SPX on the daily. My orange line is my put to call ratio line. Okay, so from previous videos, you guys can see, okay, same thing here. We rose up as the put ratio went down, the price went up, and you can see we spiked up here. This is why the price spiked up. So this is going to tell you if the price is going to be bearish. Bearish is if we're above this line. bullish is if we're under this line. Okay, if you guys want to learn how to do this and add it to any of the stocks that you guys are trading, link below. Sign up for the courses, guys. All right, so you see we've come down and this is starting to get bearish. Okay, so I'm sorry, this is starting to get bullish. So we could see a spike up tomorrow, but doesn't mean we're going to stay up there. Okay, so understand that there's other indicators that tell us what's going on with the stock. So if we look at the daily on the RSI, okay, there's a few indicators here that tell me that potentially we are going to go up because it did find some support here. Okay, so we could potentially see a rise for a little while and then we'll come back down. And then when I come over and I look at my MACD, okay, my histogram is showing some light pink bars, which tells me that we're starting to get bullish. And if I go over to the 4 hour, you can see that we do have some bullish divergence there. Okay, so remember, this tells me a lot here, guys. So make sure you guys understand. So when people start buying too many puts, that's it. Market makers are going to drive the price up to kill and burn those puts. When it goes down and we go too low, then they will drive the price down so they don't have to pay for those puts or those calls. Now, one thing that I want you guys to take a look at here, okay, if I move this over and just follow me on this, okay, you can see how the price in the past has gone up or down depending on the PCC. So that's our put call ratio indicator. So back in 2018, when, let me get my little trusty pointer here and move this out the way. All right, so you see our price started going down here, okay, as we started to go down in, we created a lot of calls right in here. Okay, you can see we are under the one line I told you guys. Okay, so you see here we went under the line, so then we started dropping in price. Okay, as we started climbing, we started seeing the put ratio get high. Lots of puts here because people saw the market selling off, and then the market recovered and started doing its thing, had its dips and continued to go on. But look at these big spikes in here, okay, from past history. Okay, so right in here when we crashed back in 20, look at the right before we did that, look at what happened with the calls on the daily as we went up, and then the put to call ratio got extremely high. Eventually we kept dropping and dropping. Look what we got over here. So we're starting to look the same. Okay, so be careful, guys. Keep an eye on this on the daily if you are playing options, especially if you're playing options. All right, let's cover Apple. Apple is pretty much a done deal. Broke resistance, okay, came up and then came back down under resistance and then bounced off of support and then fell under support, and today tried to make its way back up but ended up closing way under support. So Apple could see a bigger drop. A lot of people who chart or chart masters and understand this process are looking at about $90 for Apple. So not a lot of support in here, guys. We might see 90 pretty soon in Apple. Okay, another one that's been falling and was just not having a good day today was Tesla. You can see it tried to make a pullback here, but didn't make it. So now it's falling again. So Tesla can actually see 80. It's going to take a few more days before we see a move under 100, but tomorrow we could see Tesla popping up and a few others based off of our PCC. Okay, we had Amazon very bullish today. Okay, came above a support line. Looks like it's going to try to make a run. We'll see what happens there. Microsoft still doing its thing, trying to stay pretty much bullish here. It's not a big trend yet in my book, but I could see how they're trying to keep this trend up here if you look at it. Okay, let me just move this over a little bit. So if you're trading, draw yourself a line. If you're playing Microsoft, and just watch it, okay? Because it bounced here. If it comes back down and bounces, it might be a good entry for you guys for calls. Then we have QQQ. Wow, this thing is just gotten beat up and beat up and beat up. But it's hanging a little tough there. Found a new support. So let me move this here. And then I'll just remove that line to make this an easier chart to understand. So we have the original support, and it's doing almost exactly what Microsoft is doing. Now it did pop up, but this is a bearish engulfing candle. So if you guys don't know what that is, sign up for my courses, or you can Google it and go through 8,000 different pictures. But looks like QQQ, it's going to continue to be a little bearish here. It is trending down. It did break support. The RSI had some support here on the daily. Broke that, and it's still going down. So I could see it dropping. It tried to make a turnaround here on the 4 hour. You can see that the MACD flipped, and it's going to try to make a run, but I don't think it's got enough juice. We'll see tomorrow. All right, and then we have Meta. If you guys are into Meta, Facebook, looks like Meta is going to try to make a bull run here. Let me see. Let me turn on some of my magic lines real quick. Yeah, so Meta looks like it is swinging. It did go above the 50-day moving average, which is this line here. This is the 50 EMA. So let's see, maybe Meta's going to make a run for it. Looks like the RSI is consistent with the trend. Might be a good swing play if you guys are into swing plays. All right, last but not least, we have DXY, the dollar. Now, one thing that I'll challenge you guys, besides the PCC, go look at the dollar. So I have this orange line that marks when the market opened up. I'll switch this over to the 30 minutes so you can see 9:30. Here's where we started. And you can see that you have two things. Let me draw my little trend line here for you guys. You guys can see that we have some support on the dollar, or we did today. Okay, maybe these come back up on top of here. That's going to drive the market even lower than it did today. Now, one of the things that happened, and some people don't know this, so the other day we saw the market pop at the end of the trading session. Okay, so dollar went down, session went up. Today, dollar went up, session went down. And now at the end, you saw that the session was popping up. Why is that? Because the dollar was going down. So keep an eye on the dollar as well. It wouldn't hurt to have this ticker available on the 30-minute or even on the 5-minute, so it can give you a good kind of temperature gauge, maybe a barometer, and tell you where the market is going, and it'll help you with your entries. Okay, so until the next video, guys, wishing you guys a green day tomorrow. If you have any questions on anything I did not cover, feel free, leave me a comment below. Don't forget about the courses, and if you found value in this video and you want to say thank you, please subscribe and hit the like button for me. Until tomorrow, we'll see you.